I think we have a balancing task here. Um, I think on one side, the faster you go in, the quicker you suppress Hamas, the better it is in terms of um, controlling them before they get dug in deeper. At the same time, you have the world looking at the situation, and you're bound to feel pressures coming at you. And then the over really balancing problem is the hostages. And I think everyone is trying to do the best they can to maximize the number of hostages and hopefully all. And I think that's the balancing trade. The military part being getting it done quickly and so on, and getting the hostages. So I think there's a balancing act. I don't think it can go on too much longer, though. I think that this delay is probably one that the Israelis felt was within their limits, but I don't know how long they can hold off.
They do seem to be losing momentum. I thought they were going to go into Gaza. You know, it was reportedly imminent 2 weeks ago. And I get that they want to soften targets inside there. That's the terminology they use. But it seems like world leader after world leader has flown over to Israel to try and get them to put this off, to try and get them to, breathe in, breathe out, and think about what's about to happen. Is it possible that that tactic works and we don't get a ground invasion in Gaza, or do you think that's a foregone conclusion?
I don't think the Israeli political life can withstand that. In other words, you had such a massacre impacting not just the immediate victims, but their relatives and the spirit of the country. I think if you walk away without Hamas being destroyed, I think there'll be huge dissatisfaction. I don't think it's in Netanyahu's character to settle for that. But I do think they're trying to be smart to make sure they've done everything they can to try and deal with the world opinion and pressure about the situation. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's inconceivable to me that you have a ceasefire. So
to me, the hostages,
I
Jack.
think the bullet has to be bitten. And I do believe there were some natural delays. I mean, they weren't in position. I mean, they were not really set up to do the invasion. So that takes a little time, and then you have to soften it up. But I think this is from where I sit. It looks to me like they're well within reach of going in and doing what they have to do.
To me, the hostages
But
raise an
the
interesting question.
delays work against them.
Yeah, I wonder what you think about, Erdogan today said he doesn't think Hamas is a terrorist group, but it's difficult to look at what they did on October 7th and not call that terrorism. We do not, at least as a public policy, negotiate with terrorists. So what's happening here?
Well, you have Erdogan, but you have many other leaders. You have the head of the UN. I mean, it's very disappointing. I mean, if we can't distinguish between massacres and slaughtering and trying to defend your country, I mean, and our universities, it's to me, it's shocking. And I think we have to, when this is done, reevaluate where we stand. I do think there's an opportunity. There is a silver lining if the Israelis succeed, as I think, which will be to get rid of Hamas. I mean, it'll spring up again, but there'll be a breathing period to look at some longer lasting peace arrangement. But right now, it's stunning to see.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get there, to be honest. It's and I
Yeah.
just feel you must have been out of touch and didn't watch any news or listen to Bloomberg
Yeah,
when that
exactly.
massacre took place. I mean, it was savagery.
Jack, what role do you believe currently the United States military and intelligence is playing as we speak?
I mean, Israel's been a long time ally, certainly our principal ally in the Middle East. I suspect we're doing everything we can on the intelligence front to assist. I also think militarily, I don't see boots on the ground. I do think there are risks having the fleet there, but I think it's the right move. And I think we're showing strength so that we're really trying to contain the Iranians rather than dealing with anything related directly to Hamas and Gaza. The Israelis will take care of that.